You've probably heard that most Americans don't trust our government. But did you know most Americans don't trust each other? In this video, we're going to talk about why that is and what we can do about it. Thank you for watching. According to a recent Pew Research study published in 2019, nearly 79% of Americans believe that Americans themselves have far too little or too little confidence in each other. 70% believe that trust in each other makes it harder to solve countries' problems, and I'll link to this particular study below. But it says a lot about where America is. And I'm going to be talking about different topics related to this, one on things like loneliness, another video on society in general, and I'll put those links below. But what is causing that breakdown of trust? And I think there are a lot of different reasons, and in the comments below, please tell me if you agree or disagree, or if you can think of some others yourself. One, I think, has to do with the whole idea of the me generation. This was something that became popular back in the 1980s under the Reagan administration. The idea that it was up to you to take care of yourself and that you shouldn't be worrying about others. The idea that you as an individual was more important than you in the collective, i.e. your neighborhood or your community or your city or community, whatever. Hundreds of years ago, even people who weren't having kids were responsible for taking care of, and they felt obligated to watch and help people with children. People knew their neighbors. People in colonial America would often accidentally walk into each other's homes at night because they got the wrong house, and because the houses were unlocked. People nowadays don't know who their neighbors are. We have become, ever since the automobile especially, a country of migrants. We all move around to find work or to find better lives. We often don't know the people around us. A lot of us don't interact outside of work with coworkers. If you end up going to a religious institution or church, you might not actually interact with people other than going to that particular service or mass. I think all of these things kind of dovetail into what the problem is in this country. There aren't enough places for people to interact with each other in a non-threatening and positive way. There was a book, and I'll link that below, on the idea of a third place. And it's something other than your home or work or church that people can just hang out in. If you're in Britain, that's a pub. And even kids go to pubs with their family. Obviously, it's not a place where people just get drunk all the time. It's a place that people just hang out and socialize. In some places in America, you could do that in coffee shops, amongst others. But a lot of neighborhoods don't have these third places. And I think that's also part of the problem. In a lot of neighborhoods, assuming you don't live in a rural area where you have no neighbors to speak of, sometimes you have to go and drive to be able to go to the local restaurant or the local coffee shop or to a bar, which obviously is wrong for other reasons too, because of drunk driving in America. But we don't know our neighbors well enough. We don't have a place to have conversation and exchange ideas. And I think it's just getting worse and worse. We need to be able to go and focus on this particular issue and find ways to solve this. Otherwise, politics is just going to keep getting more polarizing. People are going to stop interacting with each other. And people are just going to become more lonely. And that has impacts on suicide rates, that has impacts on marriage, that has impacts on the ability to have children. I mean, it's no wonder that so many people were getting married from having relationships based online, and there's absolutely nothing with that. That's great. It offers an avenue that wasn't available, 40 years ago. But it's almost become a necessity now that you have to be able to find a relationship online because there aren't enough places that people can go to be able to go and interact and meet people. What are your thoughts? Is this something that is a concern to you? And do you think that we as a society need to make this a priority? Let me know your thoughts below. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.